What's up, y'all? We down here.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
Okay.
You think the pay gon' let you disrespect
Hot nigga.
I think that open show gon' be your last stock, nigga. They cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches. Go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want.
Bitch, I love when he says go.
Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further, I promise. Ain't there some P rap that's for bitch and you Malibu most wanted. Ain't no love for you, ball boy. Fish Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie. Be flipped over your boxes or over your fro. The other bachelor option, pussy. You can better straighten they posture. Got famous all the content. Might write this for the doctor.
You know I love the word pussy.
Fuck a caption, won't action, no accident. I'm hands on. He fuck around, get punished. Fuck no rain girl like he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad D Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Fucking everybody's girl.
Nigga better not speak on Serena. And your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the wrong label on me. I'ma get them dropped. Ay, tweaking music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie. Here's 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside.
Hey, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside.
Back up, it's a must. We outside. Ay. They not like us. 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 Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was using town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge. You caught future when you didn't see the club. Hey, what? Little baby help you get your lingo up. Hey, what? 21 get your first street cred. Hell, bitch, you feel like you a slime in your head. Hey, what? Quavo said you can be from North Side. What? 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you're not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter. He was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He a fan. 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 He a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga. He a 69 God. Hey, 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 hey.
Run for your life.
Hey, 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 hey. Run for your life. Freaky ass nigga. He a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga. He a 69 God. Hey, 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 hey.
Run for your life.
Hey, 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 hey.
Run for your life.
Say OV ho.
OV ho. OV ho.
Then step this way. Step that way. Then step this way. Step that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way. Step that way. Then step this way. Step that way.
I want to tell you, Kendrick Lamar wore Drake the fuck out. You beat your ass. Hide the Bible if God's watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman. I'm the one to up the skull niggas. Yes. My shit. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We don't have nothing to talk about. So I had a good weekend. Let's talk about the weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Feliz Dia de las Madres to all the mothers and the mothers, honey. So happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day was over the weekend. Then on Friday, remember I told you on Friday how my car was acting up. So that's gonna be, I'm probably gonna do that this week. And then but I still had to go to my son's play. He was in Peter and Wendy. He played Hook in Peter and Wendy. So I told you my youngest son wants to be an actor, but he doesn't want to be a child actor because he said child actors be going through it. And he hasn't even watched Quiet on the Set, because if he watched, he's gonna be like, "See, I told you." He said since he was little, I want to be an actor, but I don't want to be a child actor because the child actors be going through it. But he's been saying for a few years how he wants to be an actor. So he's been in plays and stuff. So he played Hook in Peter and Wendy, and he did a really good job. So shout out to the Aquarius child who wants to be in the In the arts, in the dramatic arts, honey. I have one that wants to be in the culinary arts, and I have another one who wants to be in the dramatic arts. So I love to see it. So what else is happening? Yeah, so it was pretty much a relaxing weekend. Just it was a nice, it was warm, very hot, warm, sunny day. So I finished watching them the first season. I think the second season was better. The first season was good to give you like a backstory. It seems like it's a the second season it's a generational thing, like the people in the second season are related somehow to the people from the first season. Is this a good angle of this thing? I don't feel like it is. I feel like I should be faced this way. No, let's see. No, this is fine. Ooh. So I'm trying to stay cool. It's been hot. Yeah, so just staying cool, watching people online, watching some videos, catching up on some videos. Caught up. I watched Love and Marriage Huntsville, the first episode. Um, I don't know. I actually honestly checked out when Carlos hit the screen. I feel like that's a boundary and a blurred line that I don't know. I feel like people in position like Andy and Carlos, get your own shows. Stay off of the shows that you are the executive producer of. Shawnee, all of the executive producers of any shows, you should not be on there as a guest at all. Nothing. But I guess since Carlos chose um, Melody to be on tour with him, and this is part of her, her show, so it only makes sense to include him. But I feel like that's where lines get blurred, and I don't feel like I don't know. I don't feel like it's a good thing. I actually checked out. I didn't hear what I didn't hear what Mel or Carlos was talking about. I just heard something about, a little bit about Martell, I think, and then it was something about Destiny and this guy Moses. Well, I assume this was the guy that she was dating after LeBaric, and they were seemed like they were on a good path. And then apparently this big forehead heifer, this box shape, this fucking weeble wobble head looking bitch. You bread box head shaped bitch. Who is this lady? Apparently she was a producer. I was like, not a producer. You see, talking about blurred lines, girl. Your girl is. I got my damn. I bought some new sunscreen, some Neutrogena. It's very light. It's very light. I don't like to wear sunscreen too much because of it's like that whiteness that be in sunscreen. But this is a really good sunscreen by Neutrogena. I bought two sunscreens because I wanted to see how they would sunscreen, a light sunscreen. This one is Neutrogena Invisible Daily Defense Face Serum Sunscreen with 60 SPF, daily hydration, antioxidants, humectants, water resistant for 80 minutes. And then this one is Cetaphil Sun 50 Sheer Mineral Face Liquid Sunscreen. This one is a 50 SPF, microbiome, gentle water resistant, ideal for use under makeup, has vitamin E in it as well. So these are the ones, if you want to know what it looks like. Here, that one. Isn't that what the girls be doing? Here, let me just do it like this. And then this one. That's Cetaphil, and then this one is Neutrogena. Okay, that's what it looks like. So those are the two that I have. But the one that I have on today is this one. This face serum. Dermatologist. This is Neutrogena. What did I say? Neutrogena? What did I say? Did I say Neutrogena? I said Neutrogena. Yeah. So I was looking for two, and I was like, I don't know which one I want, so I bought both of them. So far, the Cetaphil comes on a little white, but it does absorb and blend, and as you can see, I don't look white anywhere, anything like that. All right, so I have that on. That's why my face is looking oily and greasy because I also have on my oil, my Leo oil. This is by this woman owned brand. She's a one woman show. I found her on Instagram, and her oils are so good. Um, and it comes in she sends them reusable, but the first time you buy it, you get this nice little dark amber bottle with the dropper, and then after that she sends you just the refills, in the little packet, so we save on waste. So that's good. So I don't know why I shared that. Oh, I shared that with you because my face was looking oily and greasy, but it feels so good. It feels so good. And then you get your little gua sha, and you do. I be doing it when I be watching y'all on YouTube. I be in here going to town. So when I be watching y'all on YouTube, watching videos, watching movies and stuff, and just sitting down, smoking weed, doing my gua sha, honey. That's that's what I be doing while y'all be stressed out over these niggas. I be here with my feet kicked up, smoking cigarettes at night. I can't cope with it. Smoking cigarettes at night. Yes. You can't help me quit. Newport, Salem, Winston, Marble Light. Yes. I be chilling, honey. Can't help it. What she be saying? Shout out to Tweet. Smoking cigarettes at night. Young Miami. I'm just going. This is the first one that came up. Young Miami calls out the corny and broke fans who are always in her comments, miserable as fuck, don't have nothing going on but to troll. Okay, let's see. Young Miami's going on.
Y'all chose corny. Y'all corny, broke as miserable as don't got nothing going on but to troll. It's corny. Corn on the cob. Like this shit is lame. Lame is corny is tyrant old. And it's not a key. Just be trying to be a cute and not even a kiki. It's y'all broke. BROK, broke is all is always in my business worrying about what the fuck I got going on, ho. How you gonna lay down? Go take a nap, go to sleep. Why is you here?
Oh, she in her comments. She's in her live comments. I don't understand why y'all go in them people's live comments and mess with them. I'm only gonna sit on a live with somebody that I want to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in Elizabeth Superhead, Karen Steffens, Elizabeth Overseen's chat about 2 weeks ago, chatting it up, honey. Just chatting and chatting and chatting. And I'm going to go and sit in a live where I want to engage with the person that I'm watching. And if I'm going to leave messages, I'm not going to I'm not going to Portia's live and be putting tractor emojis in the comments. Can you imagine? Can y'all imagine if y'all saw me and Portia was live selling sheets and bundles, and I'm in the comments talking about you stupid ass bitch, you in survival mode, acting like you ain't got no goddamn sense. Do you think I would be in Portia's comments? No, I want to be on somebody's live who I enjoy, who I like. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. Talk about y'all broke, y'all old and tired, y'all broke. You old, you tired, you broke. Tired of y'all. When the cinnamon be in the coffee, oh my God, add cinnamon for prosperity to your coffee. So shout out to Young Miami. We're really trying to figure out what is going on with you and with Puff. We want to get that part, the chapter to that book. Are you writing a chapter to that book of your memoir? The love chapter, the love chapter, not so much, girl. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Let's read some of the comments.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Let's see.
Y'all don't like none of my songs.
Looks like her new friend Ari is rubbing off on her, calling everyone broke.
Please, I told myself.
Somebody said it looked like Ari is rubbing off on her, calling everybody broke. Yeah, Ari would get her big face in the camera talking about everybody's broke, looking like Thomas the Train. She calls regular people corny, but her behavior, music, and everything she stands for is just rap. Music trash, but goes live to call people broke, and they are entitled to their opinion. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion, but what kind of fucking lame are you to go into somebody's comments and leave your opinion into their live comments and leave your it's a free country, I can say my opinion, and then be mad when you get your ass cussed out? Just like I had to cuss somebody out. Well, I didn't, I could get somebody together and not use one. I'd be down here using profanity, but I can really get somebody together, especially in a written word. I can really get you together without using one single 4-letter word. Like I had to tell this girl this weekend because I had posted a short. I had posted a short of, let me see, I think it was about Shawnee. Yeah, Shawnee Henderson. It was one of them. I think the ones was Stop Whirling Around in Phone Booths, and the other one was for Shawnee Henderson. I pray she's in love with her. So this Miss Regina Griffin, honey, 6441 said, "What is wrong with you? Who hurt you? Wow, are you single? I'm sure. So sad." And I said, not Regina Griffin using the same pre-programmed responses men use on women to dismiss their experience down to who hurt you. You're a woman. I'm sure you can come up with a more original attempt to insult another woman, because not having a man is not the insult that you think it is. So get some new material and update your operating system. Insults that worked 15 years ago don't work anymore. Haven't you heard, Regina Griffin? Haven't you heard that single women are the happiest women in our population, along with married men? Mm-hmm. So if you're this valued, revered married woman, you're not included in that equation. I wonder how that feels. Glad I don't. Because I really don't. Y'all be thinking you be eating people up, and then when somebody says something back to you, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe she said something back to me. Well, who the hell you think you are? You a person with your opinion. Now I'm about to state my opinion about the opinion you left on me. And if you don't like it, bitch, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Shout out to Nene. Shout out to Nene. If you don't like it, you don't like. Well, I damn sure don't like it. Did I say your mother was in the gutter? Well, you implied it. Shout out to Sugar Mama and Nene Leaks. All right, what else is going on? Oh God, Drake with an undercover look. Drake, girl, it's a wrap. Candy Burst almost forgot one of the hit songs she wrote. There you go, looking like just because I let you go. Yes, my song. What you wanna say? Had to have it your way, had to play games. Now you made me stay. Has Candy wrote that? There you go, looking pitiful, just because I let you go. There you go. Never thought you won't be back. Sometimes it be like that. There you go, talking about you love me so and you miss me so. I let you go. Yeah, you know, cause your life got old. Look at you, there you go. That used to be my song. Shout out to Sugar Mama, honey. That used to be my song, girl. Let me tell you something. This is not my By Pink. This is every time I tell somebody from out of By Pink. Okay. She's not the best. Okay, let me put it. Let's see what's going on. Let's go to. Let me see what I saved. Let me see what I saved, honey. I said we was gonna start on time today. Did y'all see Martha from BabyReindeer? Do you see the real woman? She's out. She was on Piers Morgan. When I tell you they did a motherfucking 100% A plus on casting. You baby, when you see this lady and the way she's talking, when I tell you, if you watch BabyReindeer and you get the way that the actress was acting like Martha, however he described Martha, this actress fucking nailed it. Because the quote real Martha is down to Piers Morgan, and bitch, it's the same shit. I said, there's no way. And of course, she's calling him a liar. She's saying he wanted her, like all of this stuff. And I'm just like, girl, he got you down. Baby, when I tell you the way he has recalled and recounted this woman's behavior for the real woman to come out on TV and to behave the same way. And be like, bitch. And look, when I tell you, I'm going to play it. I'm going to let you see this lady. I'm going to put her, if you didn't watch BabyReindeer, I'm going to put a picture of Martha up. and I'll put a picture of the quote real Martha, and but listen to her, listen to her.
And he clearly I gave him the brush off. He asked me to sleep with him with a big green spot in his face one day. I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. He asked you to do what? He asked me to sleep with him. He said, would I like my curtains fixed? And I laughed. And he said, that's a euphemism. Do you want me to come home with you? And I said, I've got a boyfriend. I gave him the brush off big time, I think. You know, it was subtly so, but the bottom line is, I think this is behind him. No, I don't fancy him. I don't fancy little boys without jobs. That sounds awful. That sounds really, really callous, but, you know. It's easier, so you have some for your utilities, some for close friends, whatever. Yeah. 6 is a lot. Is it? I don't know anybody with 6 email addresses. You don't know many people then. I know people with 4 or 6 emails address. Or was it 4 or 6? I can't remember. Probably 6. How many do you use today? I had 4 phones. I've got 1 today, but I only email select friends. And you have 4 phones? Yeah, 2 broke. They were very, very old. 1 was brand new and broke, and is still to be returned to the shop. I like keeping people on separate phones as well. And maybe that makes me a maniac or a stalker or something. But if you've got somebody on about your electricity bill or somebody on about some work or something, it's nice to keep it separate, you know. So I didn't do that in Scotland. You didn't have to, but the volume of calls. Do you think, Fiona, do you think if somebody did send someone 41,000 emails, I think that's excessive, obviously. It's easier, so you have some for your... So you currently have a boyfriend? Yeah. He's a lawyer? Yeah. In London? Doesn't matter where he is.
Here go Pierce. In London.
No, how long 5 years. 5 years. You've been in a 5-year relationship. Yeah, so I don't... So what does he think? I don't want to drag him in. He thinks this is horrendous. All of my lawyer friends do. All of my professional friends do. Other people do. People are being really sympathetic. People I don't know are saying things like, are you getting hounded in the street? You know, people are being really, really nice. I mean, anyone who does know about this, and he... So you currently have is a true story, which involves you admitting to intimidating Richard Gadd and getting a 9-month prison sentence. And that is completely untrue. That's completely untrue. Very, very defamatory to me. Very career damaging. And I wanted to rebut that completely on this show. I'm not a stalker. I've not been to jail. I've not got injunctions, interdicts. This is just complete nonsense. If you'd ever received a criminal conviction for anything, it would be on police files. Yes. And what you're saying is you've never been even charged with an offence? No. Let alone the one that they... Yes, I mean, this is 9.5 months in jail is pretty serious. Did Netflix ever contact you? No one's contacted me. Never? Never. Did Richard Gadd tell you what he was doing? No, I had worked it out when I saw the festival BabyReindeer. It's a true story. It's easier, so you have some for your utilities, some for close friends. The Netflix duty of care and Richard Gadd's duty of care has been a spectacular failure. I agree. Right. Regardless of anything else, regardless of your culpability of anything, the duty of care has failed because people identified you incredibly quickly. So they've made this what they say is a true story, and everyone's worked out it's you. And the picture they paint is of a completely crazed stalker ruining a man's life. Albeit he accepts that some of his behaviour may have led the person on. Can I ask a question? Do you happen to know how much he's made out of this Netflix thing? The Netflix.
You want to know how much money he made? Because I'm going after you, motherfucker. This is it. So basically, he got the casting down perfectly. Right! The actress needs to win a BAFTA, Emmy, Oscar because she was spot on. Okay? Never seen better casting in my life. The show got her and her mannerisms down perfectly. There's no way she can deny it. She needs help sent from my iPhone. Her and Legion need to hook up at this point. Right. We forgot about old lying ass Legion. If she starts stalking Piers, it's karma for harassing Meghan Markle. One thing I don't get is if none of it is true, like she says, how did she realize she's Martha? The actress who plays Martha, goddamn, that has 444 likes. It's so jarring how many people are excusing her behavior on the basis of mental health. She may have mental health issues, but it doesn't excuse how she affected a complete stranger's life, put him through hell, and refuses to even take any form of accountability, nor is she seeking help either. She's an adult that needs to understand that actions have consequences regardless of your mental health or not. She slipped up at least 20 times during this interview. The amount of times Pierce caught her out is funny. How did you realize 5 years ago it was about you if you didn't if you didn't send all those emails? How did you know 5 years ago it was about you when the play was about a bar stool called Martha? How did you know if he had a girlfriend or not if he's the barman you see in the local? If he's just a bar friend in the local, how did you get his email? Why are you so comfortable tweeting him if you don't know him very well? Why are you so comfortable to send him a letter about his RAPE saying how sorry you are? If you don't know where he lived, how did you send him a letter? She says she wasn't calling Netflix liars, but said it multiple times in the beginning of the interview. Then when Pierce says, if you didn't do those things, then they aren't telling the truth, are they? No, they're not. So they're liars. No, well, yes, they are. Also, you could see the panic in her face when Pierce was mentioning that if she takes it to court, they will go through her phones, etc., and see her IP address and all of that. When Pierce says, would you take a lie detector test? And she says, yes, and shakes her head no. So many things to pick apart. I love it. I love when somebody watches something and just leaves a long ass comment that is just actually a good long ass comment. So that listen, it's the first thing where she said he wanted me. Listen.
And he clearly I gave him the brush off. He asked me to sleep with him with a big green spot in his face one day. I said no.
That's the one that says me. He asked me to sleep with him. He wanted me. Girl, he wanted you to keep stalking him because he had a low self-worth. Both of y'all had low self-worth. He had low self-worth, you had low self-worth, which is the reason why you were stalking him. He had low self-worth, which is the reason why he let you stalk his ass. Crazy ass. The whole shit is crazy. If y'all haven't watched BabyReindeer, honey, I'm really about to watch it again. I almost watched it again this weekend, but I was like, let me watch them. Let me watch something that I haven't watched. So I was like, let me watch them. And it was something else that I wanted to watch. And then Love and Marriage Huntsville. I was like, let me watch something that I haven't watched. I haven't watched a new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I only watched the first episode. I kind of talked about that at the beginning of the episode with that box head lady stealing Destiny's man Moses. One thing I hate, and y'all hate, I hate to see women fighting over dick. I hate to see women fighting over dick because that allows men to believe that they are the prize. When you two big head women is sitting on the stage, off stage, social media, wherever y'all are, fighting over a nigga. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it every time. I want to insert that crying ass black every single time y'all are online fighting over dick. I hate it because it just affirms their ideas, their false ideas of themselves. And y'all just feed the idea that these men are prizes. There's no way I would be fighting over Moses. I don't give a fuck who Moses is. I don't care how close Moses was to you. I don't give a damn. I wouldn't even mention him. Let me tell you something. I will fuck Moses up so bad. You think you gonna fuck a producer on this show and get your ass on this show? I won't mention you, ho. I won't mention you or the box head lady. I won't mention none of y'all. Y'all ain't gonna get on the show because around me. You better learn something from Melody, Destiny. You better learn from Melody. You ain't getting on this show because of me, bitch. You better get on. You better try to fuck a producer. You better go get you a chiropractor, honey.
You better go find you a chiropractor.
Because you ain't gonna get on here through me, bitch. That's it. Martell's mother. Martell's mother is an enabler. One of them boy moms who see their son in the sheer narcissism and don't even know what narcissism is. Probably have no idea what it is. But honey, your son is a narcissist. Okay. He's been terrorizing Melody, and Melody is sick and tired. Now, the text message that he sent, and he had a warrant. That's why you got picked up, bro. You had a warrant out for your arrest because you were harassing Melody. It happened 2 years ago. It just caught up with your ass when you went down to the courthouse. Bitch, I had that happen to me Went down to the courthouse for one other reason. They was like, girl, you have a failure to appear. I was like, girl, what in the hell? Yes, for passing a school bus, baby. I was so pissed. And I said to myself, I was so pissed. I was crying. I was mad. I was pissed. I said, I have gone my whole life, and it isn't until I get down to the state of Georgia that somehow, some way, I'm put into some system. Absolutely, I got to get the fuck up out of here. Yes, I had passed the school bus when the year that I first moved to Atlanta. I passed the school bus, got pulled over, got a ticket. Forgot about it. Forgot about the ticket. Went down to pay to do something else, and they was like, "Ma'am, can you come to the back?" I was like, "Girl, when I tell you that was the most traumatic experience I have ever had in my life, it was really traumatic. It was not. My aunt bailed me out. Shout out to my auntie. She bailed me out. I had to pay They were like, you can't leave until this is paid for." And my family's like, bitch, we don't spend the night in jail. We do not spend the night in jail. My aunt paid. I had to pay my aunt back, but she paid. And I got my ass out of the damn holding place. I was like, and the girl was so mad. The girl was mad. I was like, bitch, I'm not about to spend the night here. You got me fucked up, right? So, so girl, she was mad. I was like, has the bail, like, I'm going back up to the window. I was like, has the bail come in, waiting for my aunt and my first, because I called my dad, of course. Call my dad, call my aunt, they got the money together or whatever. Girl. So then I go up to the window. She was like, no, it looks like you about to go upstairs, because after a certain time we got to take people upstairs. I was like, bitch, I'm not about to go in no jail. You got me fucked up. And she was looking. Then when the money came through, she was pissed. I know, because I was looking. I was like, bitch, I'm not about to go upstairs with the rest of these people. That was the most traumatic. I got home. I took the hottest shower. I was like, I wrote about it in my journal. I have a journal somewhere with my experience of that. That was an awful experience. So I know what it's like to not pay a ticket and to go down to the thing thinking you doing something else, and they be like, come back, come out here for a second. Absolutely not. It was so traumatic. And I remember I went there and I had a scarf on my head. And it was a black and white scarf. I'll never forget. It was a black and white scarf. And then they was like, you got to take a mug shot. And I was like, what? And then I was like, I'm not about to take this off of my head is looking crazy. And so the lady who was taking a picture to taking the mugshot, she was like, you don't have to take it off. Cause it was, girl, I'm in y'all got me in here for passing the school bus. No, I will not. Oh my God, that was so traumatic. Oh my God, I've never told the whole story, but I've mentioned it a couple of times on here. Girl, yeah. So your girl, I was like, for passing a motherfucking school bus, girl. Can you believe it? And when I tell you, I was so pissed. I said, I have lived my entire life in the city of Los Angeles and have never had to do a fingerprint, a mugshot, or nothing. I said, I get my black ass to the South, and now I'm in some motherfucking system. When I tell you, I was fucking pissed. I was pissed. I was like, let me get the fuck up out of here. I got to get up out of here. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Yes. And shout out to my god brother. He got the boys and everything, took care of the boys and everything. Yeah, that was crazy. That shit was crazy. Yeah, for Pastor, I know what it is. But Martell's mother, she says something to the effect, handle it like a woman. Right? Handle your business with this man who's stalking you like a woman. What does that mean? Marlene, what does that mean? Handle it like a woman. I'm going to handle it like a woman. I'm going to call the law, because for some reason, the law is the only organization or parameter or rule or consequence that seems to keep these men at bay, right? Like somebody was coming out saying something about leave Drake alone, or Azalea Banks coming out saying leave Drake alone because the age of consent is 17. Bitch, if the age of consent is 9, would that be okay? For y'all to align your morals with the law is retarded. And it is. And I'm going to say that it is. You know why? Because there used to be a law that said it was okay for them to string y'all up from trees and let you hang there for everybody to have picnics around y'all asses. It was okay. Right. So if that was within the law, it was also within the law that you was only a piece of a person. So are those laws valid? Are those laws valid? So you telling me if the age of consent is 16, 15, 14, 13, it's okay for y'all to act like the law decides how you act or behave? That's ridiculous. And you need to check yourself. It's sickening. It's sick. Teenagers should be having sex with teenagers. If the teenagers want to have sex, I don't give a damn. If you're a teenager, if you have teen in your name, you don't need to be in a relationship with anybody in their 20s. I don't give a damn if you're 19 and he's 20. You need to wait until you turn 20. Shit. Give a damn. I don't give a damn. The age of consent is so that and then that's when these women turn around. Oh, yeah, they don't see how other men act when they're not around. They know how they act when they're not around. That's why the laws exist. They know how they act when nobody is watching. That's why the laws exist. And I thought it was really weird. And it just like Martell's mother is just like the embodiment of these mothers who coddle their sons, and their sons are like terrorizing people, and they're like, she shouldn't. I used to fuck with her. I don't fuck with her no more. She should have. She need to just be a real woman and handle her stuff like a real woman, bitch. Handling my stuff like a real woman is 911. Hello. Yes, that's what a real women do. They get the law involved. That goddamn it, especially for your sons who are terrorizing people. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting up there. I was just like, you know that meme of Eddie Murphy where he looking like this? That's how I was looking at Marlene. Like, you one of them women. You one of them women with your raggedy ass, musty ass, tight ass, po ass, slow ass, raggedy ass sons.
Tired ass, po ass, raggedy ass, slow ass niggas.
Mm-hmm. And then y'all just let them do whatever. Just let them run amok. And then when the women react, it's like, I don't know why she just don't handle it like a real woman. Like a real woman, bitch. I'm calling the cop on your raggedy ass son. I'm calling the cops on your raggedy ass son, and let them do with him what they will. Whatever they want to do to him. Whatever they want to do to him. Because if he can run around and act like he can do whatever he wants to women and harm them and abuse them, then when the cops get a hold of him, I hope they fucking dislocate his goddamn whatever. Anything, dislocated, whatever it is. Shit. It's so ridiculous how for generation so many women, especially black women, they are caught in this kind of conundrum where it's like the person that's abusing them, they have to make a choice on whether to call the cops on them because they know that how cops treat black men. They know it. So you kind of have this kind of trauma response to, I don't want these cops to get a hold of this man who actually abused me. So you care more about his well-being than your own goddamn well-being. And that's a fucked up place to be. I know I'm not the only one. I've been there. I've been there. Because you have an idea of what the cops might do to this person. But after you reflect on a relationship. Remember, we talked about reflecting on a relationship. After you reflect on a relationship, you realize the next time, if this happens again, and God willing, it never happens again, that if you're in a situation with a man and the cops show up, take his ass. I don't give a fuck what y'all do to him. If he don't even make it to the station, that don't got shit to do with me, because you didn't give a fuck about me. You didn't give a fuck about harming my body. I don't care what they do to yours. I promise you. I promise you. I don't care what they do to yours. If you don't care that you've harmed me, punched me, beat me, hit me, pushed me, whatever them niggas have done to you, and the cops show up, take his ass. Yes, I want to press charges. Don't think about, oh, my kids won't be with the father. Don't, Don't think about that. None of that. None of that. Stop thinking about his well-being after he's harmed you. Fuck him. I promise you. I don't give a fuck. I promise you. I don't. Because I don't. Because I don't. Is it possible to still be a good parent even if you're unfaithful to your spouse? Okay, this is from Club Shay Shay when Gary Owen was on there, and let's hear what he has to say.
What's your relationship with your kids right now? I don't have one. It's been three and a half years. Really? Yeah. How hard is that for you? What do you think? It's a nightmare. It's like they're my greatest accomplishments and my greatest failure at the same time. But to see how it's just crashed and burned since the divorce. Do you believe she played a role in?
Okay. Instagram has taken away the feature where you can actually pause it instead of muting it when you touch the screen. What happened? What happened, y'all, down to the Instagram? Y'all had it for a few. I don't know. You pushed it out and you took it back. Because now I paused it and it's still going. They still running their mouths and it just mutes it. Come on. TikTok. Go get the code, the way they do it at TikTok, where you can pause it. You can actually speed it up. You can do all of that down to the TikTok with their videos. Here, you can only expand the video and then you have to watch it. If you want to pause it to have commentary, you can't do that. You have to hold the screen down like a weirdo. You have to keep your damn thumb or whatever finger on the damn screen so it won't keep going. Now I forgot the point I was trying to make because I'm so distracted. What did he say? Here, let me know.
With your kids?
Oh, his greatest accomplishments. You ain't done a goddamn thing. How the hell is a child your greatest accomplishment? Oh, you know why? Because they got your last name and you didn't do nothing. How the fuck is that your greatest accomplishment? And you didn't do nothing. You did absolutely nothing but slap your name on it.
I'll say I'll take the blame because I didn't ensure that my relationship with them was so strong that no matter what anybody said to them, they could be like, nah, my dad's good. So, I was gone a lot. Right. I'm on the road. Right. And that's part of the deal. But I really don't know. I don't want to.
Have you not talked to your kids? That's the problem with you, baby boomers, older Gen X, with your children. You have that baby boomer remnant where you don't even ask your children, what did I do? So that they can tell you. And then you can not say, oh, I did the best that I could. Shut that shit up. Because there's so many people in therapy because you did your best. You listen to your children. The reason why they don't fuck with you, listen to them. And when they tell you they don't want to fuck with you, they don't want to be in relationship with you, listen to them, leave them alone. If they don't want a relationship with you, you are just another person. You are a person. And when they grow up and analyze and realize how you treated their mother or their father, they are going to say, you know what? I don't really fuck with you because I don't even like the person that you are. Yeah, you're a parent. You're my parent. But I don't like the way you treated my other parent. And I fucks with my other parent heavy. So I don't fuck with you. Jolie Pitt, they feeling that. Brad Pitt is feeling that. It's the other, who else is dealing with that? Where the kids don't fuck with them because of the way they treated their mother. Miley Cyrus, they don't fuck with Billy Ray. They don't, because the way he treated their mother. I'm trying to tell y'all be like, oh, that's why you don't stay for the kids. Because when your kids get older, they're going to look at you and be like, Mom, you stayed with a nigga like that for me? No, don't do that. Because now I have a fucked up, skewed up, attitude and perspective about how relationships go because you wanted to stay with a man just so I could have a father in the home. And he was mistreating you. I used to be of the mind that yes, people can be good fathers and not good partners, but when you're horrible to the parent or to the caregiver of your child, you're a horrible parent. I don't care. You're a horrible parent. If you mistreat the caregiver of your child, you are a horrible parent. Period.
Stones and stuff I don't know. I don't know if she's at the house saying your dad ain't I don't know.
I don't have to say your dad ain't shit. All I have to do is share the stories about how you showed up and the role that you played. Shaquille O'Neal is lucky his kids fuck with him because if they hear the stories about how he mistreated their mother, they might reevaluate their relationship to him because how dare you mistreat my mother? How dare you mistreat the person who takes care of me? How dare you put the person who is I'm dependent on them for their survival? How dare you mistreat them? So goddamn it, Martell, you ain't a good father. I don't give a damn if you braid your daughter's hair. You mistreated her mother. You wanted to release revenge porn on your children's mother. You're not a good father.
That you're a deadbeat. What's your relationship with your kids right now? I don't have one. It's been three and a half years. Really? Yeah. How hard is that for you? What do you think? It's a nightmare. It's like they're my greatest accomplishments and my greatest failure at the same time. But to see how it's just crashed and burned since the divorce, and this is all since the divorce. Do you believe she played a role in the divide with your kids? I'll say I'll take the blame because I didn't ensure that my relationship with them was so strong that no matter what anybody said to them, they could be like, nah, my dad's good. So, I was gone a lot. Right. I'm on the road. Right. And that's part of the deal. But I really don't know. I don't want to throw stones and stuff I don't know. I don't know if she's at the house saying your dad ain't I don't know. I mean, I do know blasting me on social media didn't help. Mm-hmm. And then other shit happened we'll get into in a little bit. I just don't know where it got so bad. You know what I mean? That I'm just literally the worst human being on the planet. And it's funny, I ran into my ex last week. We was on a plane. We were on a plane from Atlanta to Cincinnati. Come on, Gary. I ain't got no reason to lie now. I just said I cheated. That's been the freaking elephant in the room. So I got nothing to hide anymore. So I'm sitting there and I sit on a plane. And I go, ain't no way this is happening. Ain't no way this is happening. That's what I'm saying. I went I was in the window like, you like a kid. You like a kid looking out the window.
Try not to be seen.
So she didn't see me when she got on the plane. We go to baggage claim. She sees me. She comes up. We start talking, asking her how do we get this right with the kids? And then I keep telling her look, when they call, I'm there. I don't care if I got to show them, cancel it. The minute they say, Dad, I'm ready to talk, I'm out. Right. I'll go to where they're at. So when I talked to her about the kids, I told her, I said, I wish you would help just say it's time. It's time because they do listen to you. Yes. Enough. Mm-hmm. There's no abuse here. There's no mental abuse. There's no physical abuse. They had a great childhood. Yes. Great private school, paid for my daughter's college. I mean, just stuff you're supposed to do if you have it as a dad. Right.
You're supposed to do if you have it as a dad. So you don't get a cookie for what you're supposed to do. But what's going to happen is when that child gets a mind and starts to analyze behaviors and relationship dynamics, they're going to realize that you mistreated their mother. And if their mother was there for them and took care of them and honored them and was attuned to their needs and made sure they had everything that they needed, and they figure out that you did what you did to her, this is the person that took care of me, fuck you, nigga. You could have paid for every year of college and paid for my master's program, but you mistreated my mother. God damn it. Fuck you. Who's next? And that's just something you're going to have to deal with. You did everything you were supposed to do as a father. For the fathers who have it, you did everything you were supposed to do. Good. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm glad he said what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. all the the things that are needed to take care of the children, that's what you're supposed to do. But then don't forget that you're supposed to be kind and attuned and treat people nicely. If they grow up and see that the kind of person that you are, they don't like the person that you are. You heard Tony Braxton tell her family, if we were not related, I wouldn't fuck with y'all. I don't even like y'all like that. A lot of y'all have maintained contracts with relatives and family members as a obligation, and it's not an obligation because these people are just people just like you. And the same rules apply to everyone. If you're being mistreated by one person, doesn't matter if the other person is related to you. The same rule, you cannot mistreat people. You can't. And other people watching you mistreat someone, they can decide they don't want to fuck with you, whether it's your kid or not. That's the part y'all don't understand. Because we're people at the end of the day. We're just people. And if I'm a person who sees you, yes, I may have come out of your pussy. But if I see that you're a person that I wouldn't, as a woman, I wouldn't even rock with you as a woman, girl. We're not cool. And you can't adjust your behavior and you don't feel like you've done anything wrong because you did bop, 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 bop for somebody. I did this for you. They love to call you ungrateful. They love to call you ungrateful because you're supposed to be happy with all the material shit. And all the material shit was supposed to help you forget about the whoopings and help you forget about the mental abuse and help you forget about the psychological abuse and help you forget about the verbal abuse. No, it doesn't help you forget about none of that. You have imprinted things on your children and they look at those imprints. And one, that's why I don't understand Tokyo Tony and motherfucking Black China. There's no way in the fucking world that fucking demon bitch would be around my children ever. And I see that lady, it infuriates me. That dream is sitting up underneath that demon. There's no way that my child would be able to be imprinted with the same shit that woman imprinted on Black China. No way. No way. When I realized, I observed, I'm so glad I was in a clear mind to observe the same shit my mother used to do to me, she was doing to my sons. And I said, oh no, bitch, you're not going to be able to make no marks on them. None. No imprints. Do you understand me? Because I have the imprints and I remember and I'm aware enough to see the same fucking behaviors. You're doing it to them. You will not be able to do it. I would never have my child around Tokyo motherfucking Tony. Never. Ever. Because y'all believe you need to maintain contracts with your parental figures, your caregivers, simply because they took care of you. Simply because they took care of you. You feel like you need to maintain some contract, like you're obligated. You're not obligated to maintain a contract with anyone who mistreated you. I promise you, break it. Break the contract. You are not required to because that person birthed you or paid for your college or none of that shit. I don't give a damn if they donated a goddamn bone marrow. If you mistreat me, motherfucker, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you've done for me. Because it does not erase it. It doesn't erase it.
Relationship with your kids right now.
And I don't know if their mother was talking shit about me. If your child asks you, why aren't you with my parent? Tell them the age appropriate truth. I'm not protecting the image of someone who mistreated me. Fuck that. Why you don't fuck with my dad? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you the age appropriate truth so that you understand. When you hear curse words coming out of my mouth followed by his name, you will understand it. I get why she feels like that. Do you know what he did to her? I get why my mom feels like that. I get why the venom spits out of her mouth following his name. I get it. On the other end of it, you see your parent being mistreated by somebody, you don't have to like the other parent. And I'll say it again, Martell is not a good parent. He is not a good parent. I don't give a goddamn how many pedicures he takes his daughters to. I don't care. You mistreated their mother. And up until today, these are teenage girls now, because that older one is old enough to know and be in relationship dynamics as a teenager to understand what he's doing. I wouldn't want a boy doing that to me. Would you want a boy doing to your daughter what you've done to their mother? Well, then, God damn it, you're not a good parent.
Both of them, because when I call, they won't answer, so I got a text. And sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't.
They're not answering your calls.
So I was like, I got tickets, I got food.
I got tickets, I got no.
And they was both like, no. So I was like, dang.
No.
And then
you can't buy us, motherfucker. I don't give a goddamn. Pay for every single college year. I don't care. Buy me a house, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You mistreat me? No. I don't give a damn. Y'all gotta cut these contracts with people, with your relatives. With your relatives. These contracts, oh, they family. No. Yes, they can be family. You can be related to them, but you don't have to be in proximity to them to the point where they have enough reach to they can harm you. You keep them motherfuckers, treat them with a long-handled spoon and keep them at arm's reach. You got your arm and a long-handled spoon. That's how far away you keep them motherfuckers away from you.
Just know now, look, with that, I had other plans. I got other arrangements.
I ain't gonna say what they said, but it wasn't pretty. And then
you need to say what they say so that people can understand that it's they have a reason. Obviously, they have a reason. What did the text say, Gary?
I flew to Greensboro, where my daughter was in school, and knocked on her door, and she wouldn't answer the door. And then my ex ended up calling and was like, my road manager was with me. She didn't know he was with me. She called my road manager, and she was like, "Why is he at the door? Why is he at the door?"
So she's looking at the door to see.
No, my daughter called.
That's what I'm saying.
So she's like, why is he at the door?
Yes.
And he's like, he's just trying to see her. She goes, no, it's not time. She's not ready. She said, write a letter to put in the mail. I go, what?
People still write letters?
This ain't 1985.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that happened. Then I found out she was flying. I found out one of her flights one time. I ran into her at the airport.
You doing all this as her father? If you were just another man, you're literally just another man. And I'm going to tell this to parents who stalk their children after their children told them they don't fuck with them. And the ounce of respect that they have left for you, that they don't call the law on you or put a restraining order on you because your behavior is considered stalking. If your child tells you they don't want to deal with you, don't go looking for them. Don't send them mail. Don't do nothing. Leave them the fuck alone. Leave them alone.
And I was like, I kept my distance. I didn't run up on her. And I waved and she waved back. And I was like, oh, want to have a shot here? And then she dipped in the bathroom. And at 45 minutes, I waited and she never came out. And I just went, so I left. And then when I went to her graduation, they made it very clear, don't come up. Don't talk to her. Don't approach her. Or nothing like that. I was like, so I don't know how, at this point, I don't know how to reconcile the relationship. I'm just letting them know that I love them. I'm proud of them. And whenever they call, I don't care where I'm at. I'm there. I've told them, I said, you want to go to Hawaii? You want to go to Dubai? Where do you want to go? Because we can go. We can go somewhere so far away and just sit down and have it out. So I literally don't know what to do at this point.
That you're a deadbeat. What's your relationship with?
Okay, let's see what some of the comments say. Cheating on your spouse affects everyone in the household. Everyone. The problem is when kids become aware of adult business and the adults are not handling adult business. Side note, the effort he's going to have a relationship with his kids is remarkable. No, it's stalking. Y'all need to stop trying to think like you trying to contact your child after they've told you they don't want anything to do with you. It's stalking. because you're just another person. This parental relationship after 18, it's just, you're just another person. So you keep fucking with me, I'm going to put a restraining order on you because you're just another person. You keep trying to contact me and I'm telling you, don't contact me. Leave me the fuck alone. What part of that don't you understand? And then it affirms that you believe that you have some right to this other person just because you are their parent. You don't have no rights to them. You actually don't have no rights to them when they're under 18. You don't, especially after 12 years old. Because remember how we fall in line with what the state says? A lot of the states give children rights at 12 years old. Newsflash. I know they do in California. They can make decisions for themselves and their health at 12 years old without their parents' consent. So at 18, if I don't want to have nothing to do with you, leave me alone. If at 25, I don't want to have nothing to do with you, leave me alone. If at 30, I don't want to have nothing to do with you, leave me alone. At 40, 50, bitch, until death do us part, leave me the fuck alone. Stop, because literally the behavior can be considered stalking. You down here with BabyReindeer, with Martha. Leave people alone because it does affect everyone. He said the following: I worked when I was on the road. She was a primary parent. She led as a parent and I followed. I ran off with the kids and didn't communicate for days. I cheated repeatedly. I stayed for the kids, but I traveled most of the time. I filed for divorce and didn't tell her until she was being served, and then played chicken to file in Ohio, not to give her half, while acknowledging that she maintained the household, the children that were your biggest accomplishment. My daughter is invested deeply in her blackness, and he is a white man that did her black mama dirty during a formative time in her life. This is not as simple as y'all swear it is. He messed up and continually minimizes it. Shout out to Dominique Morgan, because that is exactly it. I didn't even listen to the whole thing, but just in this time. And then when he says I wasn't there a lot, he like skips over that. Well, that could have been it. When he says you weren't there a lot, and he was like, well, that could have been it. And it was like real quick, he said it. Just in this small clip, I know the whole rundown. Hell, I know these kind of parents. They give you all the things and then call you ungrateful. But it's like, God damn it, you were not there for me. You didn't do this. You didn't do that during the times where it meant something. Not when you were there to buy something or to give some monetary or material thing out. That don't mean shit. What values have you instilled? What did you show? How did you portray yourself? What kind of person were you? You can give your child all the things, but what kind of person are you? Because that's who they're judging, you as the person, not you with the full pockets. The person. They're measuring the person. You mistreated my mother, motherfucker. I don't fuck with you. Fuck you forever. I don't care what you've done for me. I don't care. Here's Rodney the Voice. Yes, at this point, you're not being a good example on what a good husband or father is. A good father always shows their sons what being a faithful husband looks like, and their daughters how a husband should treat them. It is not it is not just providing shelter, clothing, and food, or teaching your sons how to throw a football. It's teaching them integrity, faithfulness, honesty, kindness. Breaking up your family over outside pussy is not a good father. Next case. I said, you can't be a good parent by dishonoring your child's other parent. And parents, be honest to your child when they ask you why you're not with their other parent. If the other parent cheated on you, tell your child that the other parent cheated on you. Be very, very honest and age appropriate with your children. Do not lie to them. Arm your children with the truth about who their parents are. I'm going to tell you about my experience with your parent. And then you can make a decision on whether you think that person is a good person or not. Period. I got to go. This is the ex-wife was talking about with him not respecting boundaries with his children. If they ask him not to discuss them publicly, why keep doing it? You hurt the mom, you hurt the child. Do right, and this won't be an issue. They don't forget seeing their mother cry. How many times have you heard somebody give a woman advice and tell them not to disparage the child's father in front of the child? Protect his fucking image for the child. And then how many people say, I don't say nothing negative about my child's parent to them. And then when my child got old enough and had a relationship with that parent, they realized the motherfucker wasn't shit. They realized for themselves. But then they also say, why didn't you tell me? Tell your children the age appropriate truth. I've always told my children the age appropriate truth. So again, when the venom comes out after I hear that man's name, and whatever venom I spit after that, they completely understand that it's not something irrational, that I'm just, if I say something about that motherfucker, they understand where it's coming from. They get it. They get it. They understand. You know how I know they understand? Because I've asked them, do you understand why I don't like your dad? Yes, I do. I get it. I wouldn't like somebody who did that to me. They understand it. I wouldn't like somebody who mistreat me either. I understand that's my dad, but I wouldn't like his ass either. If he did that to me, I wouldn't like him either. So they have an understanding, right? We talked about a lot in today's video. Divorce, parents, that Tokyo Tony, get that little sharp imp looking motherfucker. The teeth look like the little demon teeth, got a space in between each teeth, and all of them are sharp. Ugh. I wouldn't let dream around my child at all. No. But then you have that kind of, there's a I don't know what psychologists call it, but this kind of relationship that children maintain with abusive parents. I don't know what that's called. And they like keep going back. It's like a cycle. They go back to the parent. They fall out with the parent, don't speak for years, and then all of a sudden they get back with the parent. I did that with my mom. We would go in circles, circles, circles. She would do something disrespectful. The boundary was crossed. I'd cut her off. I'd not speak to her for a couple weeks. She'd call, buy me something, want to take me here, go buy something somewhere. And she would just continue to do the behavior over and over again. There was never any correction ever. And I got tired of that. After a while, I got tired of that. Got tired of it with my father. I got tired of it. I accounted. I did the same thing I did with the men in my life. I sat down and did a reel on the relationship I had with my parents. And I had to come to the conclusion, I don't like these people because this is the way they've done me. And especially when I did an account of how I showed up with my father and realized it was really how I was showing up in relationships where I would think that something was that it wasn't, right? When I looked back on the advice my father gave me, and I'm like, God damn, he was always giving me some fucked up advice. Always. Always. I remember one time my father told me, do not ever deny your husband, boyfriend, whoever, the guy that you don't deny them sex because they're going to go look for it somewhere else. Who tells their daughter, don't deny a man sex? Who tells them that? That's horrible advice. Horrible advice. Horrible. I don't have a relationship with neither one of my parents. Estranged from both because I decided to choose myself. God damn it. I choose me. I don't give a damn. You just get one mama. God damn it. She just gets one me. You just get one father. He just gets one me. You only get one Erica. Can you imagine if it was two of us? Girl, can you imagine if it was two of me? Girl. You only get one Erica. When they tell you only get one mama, tell them they only get one you. And insert your name there. They only get one Tracy. They only get one Brenda. They only get one Angel. They only get one Veronica. They only get one Megan. Okay? They only get one Belle. They only get one Ariel. Tell them, God damn it. They only get one Chloe. Tell them they only get one of you. So they be mindful of how you treat me, bitch. Shit. Anyway, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Take care of yourself. Dissolve any obligatory contract that you think you have with somebody, that you think you need to maintain with somebody because they're your relative. If they're mistreating you, you do not need to maintain any kind of relationship with that person. And when I tell you relationship, I'm talking about all relationships. Mutually beneficial relationships. This is not mutually beneficial. I'm always drained when I leave conversations with you. Parent, aunt, whatever, uncle, sister, brother. I don't give a fuck. Child, I don't care. I don't care. You causing me stress. You doing too much. You gotta go. It's not. It's nothing. It's nothing. And I'm not doing relationships that require work. Girl, are you fucking crazy? Everything is flowing. We're in harmony around here. Period. Anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.